like how the other players actually do. But maybe you have something else in mind just now. Maybe he was thinking that that place was vacant possibly. But for 4 rivals, they do know there's Eagle Esport player here. They're going in for the charge. And now Fit is the only player trying to defend this. Singers for Chua now helping his friend, but will be a bit too late now. Definitely it gives away his position, and Vuki just couldn't quicking up the nade. The rest of Eagle Esport quite too far for them to actually giving Hannah. It feels like they were not giving any help at this point. It's a bit too late. Namchi coming up from the back line now. This is tricky.
Yeah, he is going in for the flank, so this is a very smart move coming in from Namshin because he positioned himself not only at the back of his opponent, but he has the high ground advantage as well. So they have a lot of information against 4 rivals. Now, the 2 at the forefront, Chua as well as FIDMT, they just need to not get a knockdown. But then again, the moment I spoke, that's where Voki managed to get a knockdown onto him. And Chua left to fend for himself, 50-50 right now between Chua and Appy, but Appy has the upper hand.
And now Appy is going to be bringing 2 down. Last member, which is going to be Eagle Esport Namchin at the back line. Now, feels like they will just build this one out. They want to go for a retreat. It's just too deep for them to actually dive in again. And Tuan also doing the same thing. They are parting ways with their teammates being knocked down just now. For Namshin, he's just going to run as far as he can, just try to regroup with his teammate, which is going to be Tuan, and just going to reassess the situation for now, since they're losing 2 men quite too early on.
Yeah, now with this kind of scenario, unfortunately, the Eagles will need to platoon. Wow, just driving by onto 4 rivals, getting the knockdown onto Voki, and look at the circle. It's all the way up onto the areas of Starburst, so it's going to be tricky to play in this area because of the amount of elevation. But Nova, they are not stopping yet.
They're trying to just salvage whatever they can, and one of the members being knocked out is going to be Jimmy. They're IGL here, but the rest of Nova, you know what? Whoever can be IGL for Nova's side, they can just easily pick up Jimmy again, and they're just how strong they are when it comes to taking back their compound. But at the same time, Bacon Time really challenging, is really close to knock down here, and they're just going to shoot from afar. Shirty make it so hard for the side of Nova to have a reset, and one more team shooting up from afar as well. Being hammed into 2 teams there for the side of Nova. Venturis on the other end coming from FaZe Clan, making sure they're being cornered in a very small shack. For the side of Nova, it's kind of really hard to get out from there.
Yeah, Nova is currently trying to reset as soon as possible. A couple of smokes that popped up, but Shirty knows that his position's been compromised. Not going to be worth it for him to continue on because he's all alone, and that gave opportunity to Nova.
And climbing up the hill, as we saw the circle just now going around Stalber, quite far off. LGD spotted out 4 rivals. Oh, left, right, center. LGD just cleaning off the Malaysian team. 4 rivals, nowhere to be found, and will be the first one out.
At least they take...
Try to build the bridge so he can actually enter towards a sort of gig fam. Slowly try to cook up the nade here. But took a bit too long for Snipes. Already needed Jimmy first. And now can they actually save it? Nova coming in with the rest of the Rooster, trying to help Jimmy on the front line. But Damn Root spots it out. The other 2 of Nova having a bit problem to actually rush in, and Damn Root being the crucial player again, shooting from the flank.
But Alter Ego is going to shoot from afar as well, putting pressure onto Gig Fam. But at the same time, they need to be aware of the Infinity just right on top of them. Alter Ego down to the last 2 men, played by the rim of the blue. At the same time, Alter Ego, left, right, left, right, left, right. Look at the spread coming in from the Infinity. But Gig Fam onto Gut 30, Damn Root is the one.
And now Infinity kind of stuck between Alter Ego, but I'm not sure what happened to Snipes. He just made it himself, maybe, possibly. But Alter Ego take the advantage and take down on UI on his knees. Well, on the side of Damn Root, there's nothing much he can help from this sort of standpoint. We have one more team coming from behind. It's going to be nothing much he can help from this sort of standpoint. We have one more team coming from behind. It's going to be Alter Ego in between.
Damn Root!
Oh, so close to Damn Root!
Damn Root! Oh, the knock coming in from Renauri onto Damn Root. That means that Gig Fam is out at number 3 elimination point. Or they're starting to go in onto Alter Ego now. Now that Gig Fam is not around, and it's going to be the Infinity taking out Alter Ego.
My God, what a view just now. Back to the side of Nova. They tried to fight themselves into it. They're down to only Order and Paraboy. Now, this is the 2 best players that we have on the side of fingers for Newsy. He got himself a kill for Newsy as well. And Bacon left with the last player here. And it's really hard for him to actually survive.
Paraboy!
Nova starts to move against Infinity. Infinity as well.
Almost getting one to Mela. Mela down to 30% health. Paraboy gets the high ground advantage at this moment against the Infinity. Paraboy at the forefront, Order at the behind. But Order needs to deal with Young Ugaticos as well as Space Clan. But it's going to be number 5-4, vacant time. Paraboy gunned down by Mela.
It's going to be Infinity retaliating on the other side. Mela trying to go for the flank side. And Nuzi going in. At the same time, down to only last person, Order. Can he clutch this? Infinity's on rampage with 15 eliminations. Nuzi caught that side on Order. Order, where can you run? He never runs. He takes a fight. He's going to go for the challenge. But that's it. And that's a run for Nova. They plays at 4th. Infinity down to 2. But YG still have a 4.
And Infinity, they still stand a chance to break their own.
The Blue Zone, this is to their advantage, but they're right in the middle of the street.
Oh, like Nuzi goes down. Everything's going to go haywire right now. Looks like the Infinity, they're still in this with Mela. Now with the AUG, the Infinity, 1v1 WT17 against the Infinity. Mela going to it. No! No! So